Good morning and welcome to Love Every Moment, coming to you today from the Black Hills of South Dakota. Today's verse is Matthew 7:23. And then I will declare to them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you who practice lawlessness. This is definitely one of the saddest verses of the Sermon on the Mount and maybe the whole Bible. And there's going to be a lot of people who have practiced Christianity and they're going to call him Lord, Lord, and they're going to be surprised. Wait, you mean I'm not getting into heaven? But I practiced Christianity. I went to church. I prayed. I prayed in tongues. I gave. I brought a pot for the potluck. And they're going to miss the boat, and they're going to be surprised by that. But Jesus is going to say that you might have practiced Christianity, you might have even done miracles, you might have even cast out demons, but we never had a love relationship. That's what it's all about. Notice it says, I never knew you. Not, I used to know you, but we're not that tight anymore. Or, I knew you somewhat, but it wasn't good enough. Also, Jesus doesn't say, well, your works weren't good enough. He doesn't worry about that. It's not supposed to be your works anyway. It's his works through you. So all Jesus really wants is that love relationship with us. That's what counts. That's what makes us a Christian. And then that is evidenced in the fruits of the Spirit. And then other ways such as the new desires to want to do his will, to follow him, to say the words he wants us to say, the way he wants us to love, to act the way he wants us to act. And in that sense, we're fulfilling scriptures, but it's only because we're just desiring to please him. It's completely out of love, not out of human effort. It's his effort in us after we give him all of our love. Well, let's see how he addressed this to the Pharisees, who were the professional law keepers. We could really spend the whole rest of the time on John 5, but I'm just going to pull out a couple of verses. In verse 38, Jesus says, you do not have his word abiding in you, for you do not believe him whom he sent. You search the scriptures because you think that in them you have eternal life. It is these that testify about me. So these Pharisees were very good about searching the scriptures. That's a good thing. We all should search the scriptures, but they were doing so to be nitpicky about getting the letter of the law. They missed the complete relationship, that love relationship that's needed with God. Verse 40, and you were unwilling to come to me so that you may have life. And if that wasn't enough, look down at verse 42. But I know you, that you do not have the love of God in yourselves. That is the most damning sentence of all. So these Pharisees did not have the love of God in them. And it was very well evidenced by the fruits of their spirit. Well, the deeds of the flesh. Let's get back to our main verse. Notice it says at the end, depart from me, you who practice lawlessness. This word practice is often translated as work or toil. And that's a little bit closer as to what it means. Let's see this same word in a different verse. In John 6:28, it says, therefore they said to him, what shall we do that we may work the works of God? And that first work is that same word in our main verse, that is practice in our main verse. So work the works of God. And notice Jesus' answer. Jesus answered and said to them, this is the work of God, that you believe in him whom he has sent. My fellow RVers, if we're going to work on something, let's work on our love relationship with God. Because if we love every moment, we're going to love every moment. I'm your average wretch, and I hope you have a great week.